That man been working hard.
Maybe dozing.
It is not a good time to do my job right now.
Oh, tomorrow's gonna. Then this next week is gonna be hell on earth.
It wouldn't be so bad if people would show up to work. Like, if we weren't short-staffed, I could survive it. But I'm sick of 6 o'clock. Sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, I'm glad you're on.
Me too.
I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna relax. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna make myself do it. So I'm here.
No, I'm gonna get on the podcast and let Ahmad upset me.
Oh, I hope not.
No,
I hope not.
no, we ain't talking episode 8 today.
Okay, you brought it up. Let's open the pod. Let's open the pod with Shadows of the Sith. Shadows of the Sith. None of us have read it, right?
No.
Nobody.
No.
Okay, so
I want
I'm
to
like,
though.
I'm like halfway through the book. I'm not going to give spoilers or anything, but I see exactly what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
But it's more episode 9 related, in my opinion. Like, it really feels like they're trying to fix what they did in episode 9.
Man, they got a lot of work to do with that movie, bro.
Don't get me wrong. But like the knife, like you understand why the knife is there, and then Exegol. But here's my thing, and again, I don't want to go heavy spoilers because I know you guys are going to listen to it, and I'll move on. But I'm listening to it, so it's fresh in my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some stuff's really, really frustrating me because like Rey and her parents are running from the Sith, from all the people, like the acolytes at Exegol. And so you get a little bit of backstory on Rey's dad and how that all came to be and stuff like that. So that makes a little more sense. But like Lando plays a big part.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm cool with, but like did we know that Lando had a daughter that was missing?
No, because they hinted like, girl was gonna be his daughter.
Okay, the girl with the horses, right? Or the horse-like creatures?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what they hinted.
So Lando has a missing daughter, which is weird because like I wasn't prepared for that. Anyway,
does it even really move the story along, him having a daughter?
Well, I mean, there's so much they could have done. Like, if they would have put any of these little backstories, like it would have made it make more sense. And look, I know
problem. They did. I mean, they just didn't have a plan. So that, I mean, and this is what we talked about, bro. We said they were gonna have to do this in order. I mean, let's be honest. Even though people pretty much like the original trilogy, all of these stories that we're getting in between and around, it's making enhances the story, and so they have to do what they can. Now that they know the end, they got to fill in the gaps and fix it. So that's Star Wars.
But the Luke Skywalker stuff, look, you know how I feel. And like you said, we're not going to go down episodes 8 road, but like Luke Skywalker is like, it's Luke Skywalker. Like I read in the books, he's like, he started the temple, like he's off doing his own thing. He's on all these super cool adventures. And it frustrates the shit out of me. Like why can we put this cool stuff in books? But when it comes to the movies, we just throw in the towel.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, now, I mean, just like we got with Mando season 2 finale and also Boba Fett, we got to see. So I think that
I need more of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking they could episodically, put it in there because, we have the technology available to be able to do it. So I think it's coming, man. I mean, the thing is that we can only go up from here.
I mean, I can't disagree with you. There's a cool scene, and I think we read it or we talked about it when they released an excerpt where Luke goes to Exegol, and I won't spoil what happens there. But Luke goes to Exegol, and he fights like the Sith acolytes. There's like 9 of them, and they're basically he can't hit them with his lightsaber, and then Anakin comes in and saves him as a Force ghost with a lightsaber. We talked about it, but it's a really, really neat scene. But it opens up so many. It opens up Pandora's box for me because now we've got Force ghosts with lightsabers, and they're able to do physical damage with those lightsabers in the physical world. And
yeah, but I think though, if you're saying that Luke couldn't hit the acolytes, maybe their spirits as well.
But his blade, he could block their blades with his blade, but he couldn't physically attack them because they were like almost wraiths. Like, if that makes any sense.
That's what happened with him though when he was projecting himself. But we never got a block, I guess, though, either, though.
No,
Yeah,
he
because
didn't
it was
touch him at all. He just
he was
dodged.
like dodging and stuff. So he was able to block the
Yeah.
blade, but he like every time he would go to like attack one, the blade would go through them. They would like vanish into dust. So they were like in and out of the worlds, if that makes sense. They were like physical than not. But it was cool. Like I liked the scene and I liked the way they did it with Anakin coming in and stuff. And like it was really, really cool. And then long story short, Anakin's like it took so much out of me to help you get out of Exegol. Like he's like basically they made it sound like he was like flickering in and out, and like it was a hard time for him to like stay projected, which is just really interesting to me because like he had a lightsaber, he fought off 9 Sith acolytes, and he pulls Luke out of whatever's going on. But anyway, I need you guys to listen to the book so we can deep dive.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the extra stuff on it, and some of it was just like, okay.
You got to go into it with an open mind. Obviously, we know, like Ace said, we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to fill the gaps. You know, they're trying to putty the cracks for episode 9, and it's neat. Like it's neat. I don't know how I feel about it because I'm not done.
So
So
like
the Rey
with
stuff
the
is. But
yeah, with the dagger, it's almost like they're trying to make the what were the guys that looked for
Knights of
Luke's
Ren?
hand?
Oh no.
No, they looked for Luke's hand because they were like it's
Yeah,
got
so-
power to it or something. It's
So I know
kind
what
of
you
like
mean.
we're
There's-
trying to.
yeah, there is like a cult that was trying to find like all the artifacts and stuff like that. The dagger has a totally different context in the story of the book. Like I don't want to spoil stuff, but like the dagger is given to somebody for like a specific purpose. So the dagger makes sense. Now, again, I don't know if it has the exact cutout of the coastline. It doesn't say that, so I don't know how they're going to patch that glaring hole. But anyway, sorry for the side trail.
Oh, it's all right. What's going on,
Hey,
y'all?
so
Go ahead, Jared.
yeah, so we're talking about all the storylines and stuff. I wanted to show this because I saw this today. Let me add it in real quick. I forgot to do that. So I saw this show up today for Marvel because I mean we're going to talk about Disney in general, but get that off to the side. Where'd that go? Come on, there we go. So we're talking about all the stuff we've got, and this was thrown out there by IGN about like how much content we're getting now, as opposed to when we first started. Because now we have Disney Plus, and just since we've started Disney Plus, you can see on Phase 4 because that's pretty much when it started. There's almost 50 hours of content with that, and if we're thinking about Star Wars, I mean, we're about to bust the seams with that too. We're not getting all the movies right now, but we are getting a ton of shows they're going to be dropping.
So I'm thinking we would be what, like 12 hours, same as phase 1 and 2 for film wise, because we've only had 6 films.
Yeah, but
That's about right.
if you consider where the phase is, though, I mean, we're not touching this even close yet, just because of, I mean, Marvel's been knocking it out.
Is this not like 6 months, or like let's say we're 2 years into phase 4? So was this like 2 years into phase 1?
This is starting with like this has Eternals. It has
Is WandaVision and Loki a part of it?
Gotta be.
yes, they're in there. All the Disney Plus shows are in this, and then I think everything's starting from
Black
what's
Widow?
it? Yes, the
Was
Black
there
Widow.
only 6 films in phase 1?
So far,
Is that all of
this
phase
is
1?
this is where we're at. No, there's more in because there's
Okay.
still we have Black Panther, we have or something else. There's a couple still at the end of this year that we
No.
haven't
I mean
got
the
yet.
original phase 1. Like go up to the top of your graph. Phase 1, 6 films.
The 6
Like,
films.
Was that all of phase 1, or was there more than 6 films in phase 1?
That's all of Phase 1.
Okay, so that's what I was
some
curious.
of those bleed into the other because like Phase 3 is when we got to Thanos in that
Man.
area.
What a massive step up in quantity from being.
But you know what's
phase,
crazy though? People are still complaining about phase 4. They're saying that, like this goes back to the kind of the stuff we talked about with Kenobi, right? where it's like people want to know, but they don't want to know. Meaning that, like when we got episodes 5 and 6, and everybody was like, "Why didn't we get this earlier?" Well, because they didn't want to show us yet. Like they showed us when they wanted to show us.
Yeah.
So people, I've been hearing a lot of people complain because we don't know who the big baddie is in phase 4, and we don't feel like we know, like there's no connective tissue really. Like everything is still kind of floating, and I'm just like, relax.
Yeah.
Like they have a plan. Like just enjoy the ride. Like
We got a long ways to go.
nobody said that by this movie we should know this. Nobody said that you created that in your brain. Like just
Yeah.
watch what's presented and like the stuff that you like and don't like the stuff you don't like and move on. I just it's just getting. I mean, it's Star Wars and Marvel. It's just like everything. People
It's
just want
everything.
to know everything now, but then they don't want to know. Like if somebody was to ask Kevin Feige, "Yo, who is this?" and he just came out and said, "Oh, it's this person," people would be like,
Oh, what are you doing?
"Right,
Yeah, they want spoilers. Like we spend let's say we have a year build up. We spend all year like throwing our theories out and building all this stuff up. The movie comes out and we're disappointed. Or we see a trailer and they show something in a trailer and we freak out because they showed it. Well, we spent the whole year trying to guess what's going on. Like,
or looking for the trailer," like you said.
yes, there's no making people happy. This is what I've come to the realization with Star Wars and Marvel. But there's no making people happy. Like,
Nope. Like
no
what
matter
you like
what
and
you
what you don't.
do, there's people that like it are going to like it, but the people that don't like it are the vocal ones, and they're the ones
And
who are
and
always.
they want you to not like it because they don't like it.
Yeah, and
Like
I'm guilty of it with episode 8. I mean, I'll fully admit that. I think episode 8 is hot garbage and you love it. And like, maybe I shouldn't be so vocal about how much I don't like the hot garbage, but
yeah, but it doesn't bother me because that, like I said, and it has nothing to do with you. It's just in general. Like, look, I don't care if you don't like something
yeah,
I like. I don't care because I
yeah,
like it. And if you don't, that's on you. And and
right.
and and like I said, that's not even directed towards you. That's toward anybody. If you like
Totally
it,
agree.
cool. If you don't, okay, bro. Like I'm
Move
guess what?
on.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
Just
I
like a lot
loved it. I
of
loved
people.
Obi-Wan. Like
Yeah.
I loved Obi-Wan. I thought they did a great job. Yeah, sure. We all talked about our nitpicks. Like it was not a 10, and I didn't come out and say it was a 10, but I really, really liked it. I had high
Yeah.
expectations, and it came close.
Yeah.
And look, let's be honest. Ewan McGregor, and that's all I needed, and that's all they did. So
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Absolutely. Uh, so and over the weekend, me and the wife celebrated the anniversary.
Happy
Uh,
anniversary.
Happy
like,
anniversary.
well, it was a month. It was a month ago, but she was
Oh,
doing. She was
So
doing.
late.
Yeah. Well, the thing was she was doing summer school at the time. Originally, we were supposed to go to Florida for our anniversary, but with her having her health issues, we just decided, you know what, let's go down to Dallas. So we shot down to Dallas, did all this wonderful stuff, and to my surprise, she was like, "Hey, let's go watch Thor." So we went to go watch Thor. Overall, I will say for me, it is not better than Thor Ragnarok, if that is your bar for Thor. Um, but it's not terrible. I enjoyed it because I follow Thor's whole arc with everything he did. It's a great love story. I'm not going to give spoilers for the events that happen, but there's a reason for my name, and so for those who've seen it know what that is, and for those who haven't, then you just have to watch it and see. But overall, I enjoyed myself. I like seeing Chris Hemsworth on screen. I like seeing Natalie Portman was great. She was really, really great in this movie. Um, my girl Valkyrie was great. But Christian Bale, next level. He definitely was the star of the show. He was creepy. He was everything he needed to be. Like the movie was, like I said, it was good. I would definitely watch it again. Um, Comparing it to Doctor Strange, that's tough. Two different tones, and definitely the movies were like director driven. It was definitely a Taika Waititi movie. It's like Thor. I mean, Doctor Strange was Raimi. So
Right.
that's where I kind of stand with it. It's so it's I think the overall the jokes were a lot. Like they were, it made me feel like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where it was like we didn't really know what was going on until Act 3. Like we didn't
Yeah.
have the direction of what was going on. It was just like a bunch of jokes, a bunch of jokes. That's how Thor kind of started out. Like in the beginning, it was heavy jokes, but they got to the plot quicker and you knew what was going on. But yeah. So that's kind of where it's at. You're either gonna like it or you're not. And that's and so with that information, the reason why I brought that up is because obviously he's gonna direct the new Star Wars movie. So some people are questioning, should he direct a Star Wars movie, because this was kind of like it almost
Is it going to be a Star Wars comedy?
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's directed episodes of Mando, and I don't remember a
But
heavy.
he didn't write them.
Oof,
No, right.
oof.
See, he wrote Thor. I think he was like heavy on the pen on Thor. I don't think he solely wrote it, but I'm saying he was heavy on the pen. So this he's
I mean,
like we talked about, he's writing this Star
Yeah.
Wars movie.
Now, all Star
if you
Wars,
follow, go ahead.
but all Star Wars has a little bit of comedy, but I okay, I'll be honest with you. Ragnarok threw me off. Like I came into it watching the first two Thors. I knew nothing about it, and then it was just a totally different tone with Ragnarok. It's not my favorite Thor. I liked it, but it was not my favorite Thor. So obviously this one has caught my interest because I know a little bit more about
Natalie Portman.
Taika. So I'm a little bit more prepared coming into it. And then Natalie Portman. Like,
But I will say this though. Ragnarok set us up for the Thor that we got in Infinity War and
Yep.
Endgame. Because
Yep.
in Endgame, he was the comic relief.
100%.
And then in Infinity War, he had to be a little bit more serious. But even in his serious moments, he still had the comedic timing. You know, like
Yeah.
the whole scene he was having with Rocket, and then Rocket gave him the other eye, like that whole thing. So, you know, it's him being back in his own element. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As Thor, like he's a little happier because he's just a little bit in a different space. And he's kind of digested some of the travesties that has happened in his life. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, if you had problems with Ragnarok, I don't know, man, because
May not be your movie.
it may not be for you because, like I said, it's way more jokes. It's way more jokes. Now, a lot of the jokes are funny. I will say, you will probably have a better experience at the theater than watching it at home, because I just think everybody else laughing will help you. But
Yeah.
like I said, my name is a meaning for something, and so when you watch it, then you will refer back to this episode and be like, okay, salute to you, brother.
I need to go. I need to get to the theaters. It's a movie I definitely want to see in the theaters.
Yeah.
How do we feel about buff Natalie Portman?
She fit the movie. I'm gonna just tell you like this.
No. I'm not asking about the movie. I'm asking how you feel about Natalie Portman buff
I had
as
no
a human
issue.
being.
No
Okay.
issue.
So no preference over Star Wars Natalie Portman, to this one.
I will say I prefer Padme over Jane.
Okay.
And I think because I think Padme, she embraced her
Was in that white, really
she embraced
clingy
her sexiness.
white.
Like she always
Clone Wars was
on
solid.
scheme. Yeah.
Okay. There's a reason Anakin married that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. I'm done for the entire pod. I'm shutting up.
Okay, what I was going to say was, if you look at all the stuff that Taika has directed and wrote, it's all like that style. So if Star Wars is going to be this way, I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of joke stuff, unless he changes how he does it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah. Because I mean, even in the Mando stuff, I don't, like I said, he didn't write it. I'm sure he had some influence on the scene with the two stormtroopers that were on the speed bikes
That was gold.
that was busting Grogu in his head and stuff like that. So I'm sure he had something to do with that. But I'm saying for the most part, though, he didn't write the episode, he
Yeah.
directed it. So
Yeah.
I'm interested, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying this movie is not helping his case, because a lot of people, even though it's going to make the money because it's another Marvel movie, it's a summer blockbuster, It's
Yes.
gonna make the movie, it's gonna make the money. But I'm just saying, I've heard a lot of people, like a lot of the podcast people that I listen to, a lot of them are not having a good time. They're not saying they hate it, but it's very divisive. Like I've heard very high praise to in the middle of the road, and it's just kind of in the bottom of my
It's
Marvel experience. Huh?
it's definitely not going to be Top Gun Maverick.
No,
Well,
not gonna
Top
be
Gun
top.
Maverick
It
is
is
movie
it
of the
is
year.
blowing stuff away right now.
It needs to win. It needs to win movie. What is the Academy Award for movie
It-
of the year? Best Picture. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
It needs to win Best Picture. Nothing's gonna beat Top Gun this year.
Did you hear?
I mean,
Did you hear Ricky?
Good.
Mickey
Mooney?
Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a goober. Like, look, what a goober. What movie
the,
has he
the
been
dude
in?
has hardly been I mean, he's been
Iron
in
Man 3,
Iron Man
Iron Man 2,
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Wrestler. That's about the only things I
yeah.
know him from.
And he won an
And I
Academy
really
Award
didn't
for
like him in
wrestler.
either one, honestly.
So, good for
I wasn't a
him.
big
But I'm
fan.
sorry, but Tom Cruise knows his niche. The man straps himself to the side of an airplane for a role. Like, nothing but respect for Tom Cruise, man. Nothing but respect.
Yeah, Jared.
And
what
I
was
don't
you gonna
know-
say, bro? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't
Sean.
remember. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm just saying nothing but respect for Tom Cruise and whatever Scientology wizardry he's invested in to keep himself young. I mean, come on, it's quality. It's quality. I want to know what's in the briefcase.
I didn't get to
What
watch it
briefcase?
yet.
Watch what?
What briefcase?
It's Scientology. Like when you have to pay to get to
Oh.
like the different levels. Like,
Okay.
and I'm think supposedly the highest level is like a briefcase or something. I don't know.
It's
I'm
called
not a
the
Xenu
Tom
guy.
Cruise.
Yes, but like, and the man is probably giving them $200 million, like if not more, to get to like the highest level of Scientology.
It's
Like,
it's probably
it's
his
working.
nuts.
it's working.
His nuts are in
So
there.
that's all I have to say. Like, it's working. Like, the physical proof is Tom Cruise. Okay. Obviously, I don't believe in Scientology, and I'm not a Xenu guy, and whatever's going on back there, but it's working.
Yeah. Do y'all
So-
like? Go ahead, Jared. Go ahead.
No, you finish yours and I'll come back to what I was going to say. It doesn't have to do with this.
Yeah, mine neither. Go ahead. You go. You go.
I was going to say, so we talked about that. What about Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel. Quite a surprise. I enjoyed it. I found myself more into the story of Miss Marvel than I was her being a superhero. Like that was like a bonus. Like I was really intrigued with the story. And it didn't bother me that like she didn't get her, like she didn't really get her, real costume thing until like the last episode. And of course she, spent time trying to learn her powers. You know how I feel about origin stories. But this one just felt a little bit more natural because I wasn't concerned about her being a superhero. I really enjoyed the story. Now, I don't know, like it's bothering me because they buried this show under Kenobi. And when they did that, a lot of people didn't really watch Miss Marvel or had no desire to. Like, have y'all seen it?
Of the two, it was not the one I was going to go watch.
Right. And see,
Not at all.
even when I watched it, it wasn't like I had to at Wednesday I had to tune in when
Yeah.
it wasn't that. Like I was even behind a week. You know what I'm saying? But I pushed through and I enjoyed myself. And they dropped one of the biggest spoilers ever in Miss Marvel, which was crazy. So if you haven't watched Miss Marvel and you don't want to know the spoiler, you might want to come back in like
You
2 or
will.
3 minutes because I'm gonna say it. So they had two kind of post-credit scenes. One is not really a post-credit scene. It was almost like a pre-credit screen scene. And so they did like this 1 week later. And within the show, one of the guys that she's friends with, he's kind of like super smart. So he was kind of like running tests all throughout the show, they're trying to figure out like why does she have powers, this, that, and the other. And so at the end, he was like, "Yeah, your brother asked me to test him because he wanted to know if he had powers because he kind of helped out in one of the things." And so he was like, "But I was going back over your stuff, and your your makeup is different from your family's. He was like some kind of mutation. And then it said "Du-du-du-du-du-du-du" in the show,
Uh,
like
Wow.
just a throwaway line
wow.
in Miss Marvel.
Wow.
And like I said, and did the music. That's what
So it
was
did the X-Men music.
yeah, it did it like if you watch the scene, like he's talking to her, and he was like, yeah, some type of mutation.
Of all the places to drop it, like
They
of
dropped
all
it
the
in Miss
places to
Marvel.
drop it.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
then
I see
honestly,
why.
that might have been a good thing to do then, because then it's like, oh, I wonder if I should go back and watch the rest
Yeah.
because you're thinking, did I miss something? So you go
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
She's
And
a mutant.
that's what the implication is. It didn't confirm like she's a mutant, but the fact that they're able to, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously we saw Patrick Stewart in Multiverse of Madness,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
this was kind of like that confirmation, like, oh, we could have our first look at a mutant. Um, the post credit scene, obviously people know that this show was basically a setup for the Marvels or
Yeah.
Captain Marvel Part 2. So the post credit scene was kind of they just basically she did something because her family kind of knows that she's Miss Marvel or whatever. Matter of fact, her dad gave her the name, and something happened with her bracelet, and then she kind of like shot into her wall, and Carol Danvers walks out, and she had the long hair again, not that
Yep.
funky haircut that Rocket was making
We're not
fun of.
doing the weird
Yeah,
spike thing.
she had the good hair, and that's kind of how it went off. So it's
Hmm.
definitely setting up for the
Good.
Marvels. Uh, I like that her what I loved about her story was grounded. Like the villain or antagonist, because it's not really a villain. It wasn't like a earth-shattering world, like the world's gonna end, and she had to like, save the
Pull it
world.
all together all at the
No,
last
no.
second.
It was
Yeah.
definitely her just learning her powers, and I thought it was just a cool, cute little show. You know what I'm saying? If you ever watched like Victorious or iCarly or something like any of those little type shows, it was
Yeah.
kind of that in Disney or in Marvel. And oh, by the way, she's a superhero. So it was
Cool.
cool. Like, plenty of references towards, you know, uh other uh Marvel characters or whatever. Real nice little cute show, but definitely something that you don't have to like rush out to see. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
not a whole bunch of action, but when it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they definitely dropped that big huge thing. So you're gonna see a lot of people talking about that. As far as like I mean, it was a casual conversation, just like
That's cool.
yeah.
I mean, what a cool way to drop it though. Like it's
So,
neat. Just work it in there.
but Bonnie, is
What do you want?
She wanted something other than just da-da-da-da-da. She wants to
like
see
really
something.
like she was just kind of like, so you mean to tell me that no hoopla, no big, like
I
you
love it.
just throw that in, you just sprinkle that in there, and then like you just think about it from this aspect, right? Like if you guys never decide to watch Miss Marvel, or the other people that decide not to watch it, and then all of a sudden Wolverine shows up in a show or something, and it's like that's the reveal, and I just think she just thought it was completely underwhelming.
Hmm. So, do you think they recast? Well, obviously they're going to recast, but who do they recast for Wolverine going forward?
Um, so I've heard Zach Efron. I've
Yeah.
heard
There's been lots. The
old boy
dude.
from. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah. There's also the guy. I want. He's from Kingsman.
I was just gonna say him.
Okay. You know
I
who I
can't think
want?
of his name though.
Is it Edgerton?
Yes, that sounds right.
I'll
Yep.
tell you who I think would kill it is
Who's that?
Butcher from The Boys.
Yeah, but he might be too
Uh,
old though.
How old is he? He's probably in his what, 30s or 40? Probably 40s, maybe older.
It just depends on what they're trying to do with the X Men. Like,
Yeah, if they're rebooting,
yeah,
I think he'd be great. I think
he
he'd be
would be.
great.
He would be. Yeah, but he ain't leaving the boys though.
No, well, I wouldn't want him to leave The Boys because, I mean, that's the best show on TV right now.
Yeah.
Like concurrent, we have four seasons.
Have y'all seen the finale?
I haven't seen the finale, but that's not
That's
a
a
big
show
deal
I
to
watch
me.
every week.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. We gotta talk around it. I don't want to spoil it for Jared, but we gotta talk around it a little bit.
Incredible.
It's okay.
Incredible.
It's really
like
not.
this season of The Boys, like, because when I first watched it, I was a little worried. I'm like, oh no, like, you know, they're not killing superheroes. Like where are they gonna go with this? Like, do they have direction? Like,
when we got to the house
Hero-gasm?
with the twins, yeah,
Herogasm was
Herogasm.
something else.
Yeah,
we made up for it.
They had two
That
big
one.
things in this season that topped season 1's opener.
Look, the one where the guy crawled into the
Sneeze
man's
gate.
and then he sneezed.
No.
Sneezegate and Herogasm. Those are the two.
Look, you know this is the funnest, like
I
the
hurt
funnest
already
writers' room
again.
in Hollywood. Like these guys come in and they're like, guys, what are we gonna do this week? And some guy's like, man, I was goofing off with my friends and we were just talking, and I have a brilliant idea. We're gonna make the man shrink down. He's gonna climb into an inappropriate place, and then he's gonna sneeze because he did a crap ton of cocaine, and he's gonna blow a man apart. Like,
Well, it's like it was like a shot at the Thanos theory, right?
dude, it's
man.
brilliant. It's brilliant.
So when he's walking through the house and the guy stops him and he's like, "Do you want?" He's like, "You know what? It's had a lot. It needs a break."
I think
He
that
kept trying not to get stuff on him, and then it was just like more stuff got on him.
he opens the doors.
Oh, the what's his name?
Mother's milk.
Oh my god! I thought a really cool scene in that too was where he runs into A Train. I'm spacing on his name.
Yeah, you said it right.
No,
Mother's
no,
milk.
but
M&M?
No.
Oh, no. You talking about oh my god.
yes,
I know. He just
Yes.
went with me too. I know. Yes,
Yes, okay.
and he
So
apologizes.
yeah, so he runs into A Train and he's like, you know, he's using the
Huey?
V. What? Huey,
Huey?
yes, Huey.
Huey.
Okay, so
Yes.
Huey runs into A Train and he's on the compound V, the 24-hour stuff. So he's jacked, right? And which, by the way, side note, brilliant that he can teleport, but he leaves his clothes.
Yeah,
So good,
thought so,
Nightcrawler,
too.
bro. It's
so
Nightcrawler.
good. So I love the confrontation with A Train because A Train obviously just had all that stuff with his brother go down. So A Train starts to see like, hey, like, you know, I'm kind of just like, especially when she chews him out. He's like, I do the same stuff that I'm in here complaining about. And so then when Huey confronts him finally, and he's just like, dude, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. And he's like fully like, you can tell he's sincere, and Huey doesn't know what to do. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was brilliant. And then obviously the twist with the follow up when he grabs the man and runs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The way his skin was peeled off. And
Oh,
then there's even worse scene in the finale that I'm not gonna spoil for Jared. Yeah. Like that was pretty crazy. But
The finale was great.
that fight with those two characters and what happens to the female was like, I was like, oh my gosh. But yo, let's talk about Soldier Boy though. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like anybody less than Homelander, and Soldier Boy is up there, bro. Like, he is
Soldier Boy. Oh,
well, see, y'all are
And then-
further into it, so I don't. I've got to the point where he's like to Herogasm, obviously.
Uh-huh.
So he's not like he's just wanting to go after the people that got him like stuck where he was
so you
at.
have two
but
episodes left.
I think so.
yeah,
Okay. So you get a little bit more like. You get a little bit more with Soldier Boy, but
yeah.
but they did a good job. They did a really good job, in my opinion. Like, look, I hate not Captain America, Homelander. I hate Homelander. I hate him. The actor is brilliant. Like, I mean, no man could play that role better. But I don't like Homelander. But you kind of dislike Soldier Boy more, and I like what they did with trying to like humanize Homelander, if that makes any sense. And I could be totally off here, but like. You kind of feel bad for him, right? Like
You do now, yeah.
yeah, you especially as you keep going, you kind of feel bad for the guy. Like,
kind
look,
of.
he's
but
a
he
total
comes
d
back,
bag. He's a total d bag and needs to die. But
Just
kinda-
when you start feeling sorry for him, and then he does
yeah.
something.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's a
Yeah.
tool.
He can't die though, because we need him as
He can't
this
have this
strong-
show.
Yeah.
Like this show does not work without Homelander. Period.
Uh,
Um,
we need to check on the actor who plays him though, because you remember he got in trouble.
what?
He went to
I
jail.
didn't know that.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
and it was like whatever the charge is, it could be 5 years.
Look, dude, this is The Boys. They'll film it in jail. Like, this is The
It'll
Boys.
just add
like,
to it.
They literally don't care
He
what
put himself
he did.
in jail for a while
Like-
just because he wanted to.
They literally don't care what he did. It just fits his character.
Well, wait, Jared, do you know what happened to Kamiko?
I guess not.
Did she
You
have
have
it?
to.
Yeah,
Has
I
she
would
been in the
think
hospital?
so.
She's in the hospital. Yes.
Okay, so she lost her
Here-
power.
Like, yes, I saw
Okay,
that.
yeah,
The last
okay.
thing I saw was Starlight went on to her social media and told everybody who they really are.
So have
Yeah.
you seen the scene with Kamiko when she gets kidnapped?
Yes.
Oh, so okay. One of the most brutal fight scenes. Like, I know we've had some crazy stuff, but that was the most intense. Like, I mean, she had no superpowers, and what was it? What was she using?
she was-
was it a
She
pencil?
was using dildos, wasn't she?
She
the
grabbed
dildos,
everything.
that was earlier in the
she
season.
Oh
could.
no! I know what you're talking about. You saying when she got kidnapped? Okay,
I'm telling when she got kidnapped and she had no powers, and
Yeah,
she
she
just
was-
like
yeah.
full on fought that guy, and like,
they was punching her in the ribs and stuff.
and you could just dude, they beat the tar out of her, and then when she finally gets and just murders him, like.
Ugh.
But the dildo fight scene. Okay, so I saw an interview with her. And they were talking about the dildo fight scene.
Yeah.
And she's like, we had to make it as realistic as possible. So they used like a fighting style, which is like, I forget exactly what she said. Like, I want to say Carl McGraw, but it's some form of like short stick fighting. And so she's like, we wanted it to be as realistic. So like the dildos were like legitimate weapons, but come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
just brilliant. Just
yeah. This show is.
It's
It
stars.
felt like it just felt like the writers just they have a plan that the season felt seamless. Like even though it was a long time before we got the season, like we kept getting those news reports on
Yep.
YouTube, and they just kept filling in gaps. But yeah, The Boys is brilliant, bro.
And yeah, it's over the top. Like it's as over the top as it comes, but it doesn't hurt the show. Like the writing is so good that it doesn't matter that the show's over the top. It's still brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the best shows like being made right now, in my opinion. Like there's not a lot of better shows that are running right now.
Oh yeah, so he doesn't even know what. Okay, yeah, he don't even know what happens to A Train or nothing. Okay,
You got to finish that up, Jared.
Well, I know the last thing I saw on A Train, his heart was about to explode on the road.
Yeah, he after he ran with that guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he tore him up.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
other,
can we just
I was trying
real
to
quick,
see what it.
one last
he
thing?
had.
Can we
Go ahead.
Ahmad, the scene with Fish Boy
oh my
and his
god,
wife?
oh my god,
What?
the deep,
The
Yeah.
deep,
We
the scene with
we talking
Deep.
after what I've seen?
Yes.
yeah, that's why we're
Yes.
not going to
Okay.
say exactly.
I'm not giving you details. I'm
Yeah,
just saying there's a
it's
scene with
him and his
with
wife.
Deep and his
Yeah.
wife.
They are. It's very interesting.
Oh my god. This show.
So yeah, the Boys is great, but the other great show that doesn't get a whole bunch of pub, but the Umbrella Academy season 3.
Who even started that?
Oh my god,
I have not watched it. I just don't know if I can get myself to watch it, honestly.
It's good. From what I
season
see.
3
Is
is incredible. Season 3 was really good. I wasn't a fan of the way it ended in season 1. Season 2 was cool. Season 3 was there. Like it was like the cliffhangers of each episode made you just want to watch the next episode, made you want to watch the next episode. It was great. Like it is definitely the second best series that I've watched this year outside of The Boys.
I need to get
Hmm.
on it. I need to get
Yeah.
on it. I just started we're on the 3rd season of already, but I keep hearing people talking about it. For All Mankind.
I've never even heard of it.
It's an Apple Plus show. It's what would have happened if Russia beat us to the moon. And so I think it's a space drama. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know what it's about. I'm one episode in. It's got a great cast, like really, really good, solid cast. It's Apple Plus. But I don't know. I'll give it a couple episodes and then tell you if you guys should dive in.
See, I'm still watching Severance.
I started Severance. I need to get back into that because I'm like 4 or 5 episodes. It's good.
Yeah,
It's another one I don't even know about.
There's so much stuff out there.
Jared, Severance is this, bro. Basically, you once you get this job, it is the weirdest job for one. But you get this job, and they basically put something in your brain to where when you go to work, you don't remember anything from home, but when you leave, you don't remember anything from work. But it's a volunteer thing, and how your face is looking, that's how weird the show is.
I finished season. There's only one season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I finished season 1. It's brilliant, and like Ahmad explained it to me because he was the one who's like, "You need to watch this show," and I'm like, "This is dumb." Like, just flat out, this is dumb. I'm gonna humor him. This is dumb, and then I watch it, and holy crap, like I
haven't finished it yet, but everybody keeps talking about how but Jared, your
so what is it? What is it on? What is it on?
Apple.
And I will try.
It's Apple.
It's
on Apple.
Plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll go try it.
It has 2 familiar people. It's got one of the dudes from the Batman is in it. He's really weird. Christopher Walken is in it.
And it's Christopher Walken.
Yeah, he's Christopher Walken.
He's always Christopher Walken.
It's directed and stuff by your boy. Oh my gosh, what is his name? From the Dodgeball. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Me and Amber sat down and watched Dodgeball. We didn't have kids the other night, and I was like, "It's a Dodgeball night."
What's his name?
It still holds up.
From the snake, and he was in Tropic Thunder.
Ben
Stiller.
Meet the Fog. Yeah, Ben Stiller.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. He's like the creator or whatever.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
And the main character, you'll know who he is too. I don't know his name, but I've seen him in a bunch.
Yeah, you'll definitely know who he is. Can we just talk about the brilliance of if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball? guys, I don't know if my wife enjoyed it as much as I did. It's been a lot of years since I've watched Dodgeball, but we watched it a week or 2 ago when we didn't have kids, and I haven't laughed that hard at a movie. I mean, it's brilliant,
bro.
Dude, it's so good.
Sportscasters, bro. What was they on?
Sportscasters.
ESPN Ocho.
It's so good. The whole tournament, like the different teams and stuff. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, Severance, bro. You got to check it out. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll try it out.
And Dodgeball, if you haven't seen Dodgeball.
But
I've honestly stayed away from Dodgeball.
See, Umbrella Academy, The Boys, Miss Marvel, Thor. I'm not all the way caught up on Stranger Things. I'm not caught up on that.
Oh my God, you're not done with Stranger Things?
I'm not. Let me tell you why. The reason why is I started watching the Chris Pratt show on Amazon.
We're 4 or 5 episodes into that too.
I want to watch that. Is it good?
It's really good.
Actually, I'm on the last episode. We have 1 episode left.
I'm close. Like I'm to the point, and I'm not gonna spoil this, Jared. Shane will know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm to the point where there's a huge explosion.
Yeah.
In the street. That's where I'm at.
I think I'm 1 or 2 episodes past that. I'm on the last episode. Jared, I didn't know how I felt after the first couple episodes. There's some stuff that's pretty. I don't know. I want to say the right word. Like it falls into some tropes, in my opinion. Like
it does.
There's some tropes, but it works. Like the acting is good. I like Chris Pratt. I think the writing is good. And the story is good. And the characters carry it. And they sell it. I don't understand. And I'm only got 1 episode left. I don't understand how this is a show that could have more than 1 season. But I guess I'm going to find out.
Yeah, I see that. But I will say this, bro. There's some things that happen in the show that make you like, am I going crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
no, 100%.
The writing is really good on that front, where it's like, okay, I know I saw what I saw. Like,
yeah,
they did that stuff very well.
Yeah, and like is it real? Is it not real? Like,
Yeah.
Like, is it all, is he legitimately crazy? Like, what is happening? It's really good, and he does a good job with it. And obviously, it's action, and the action is well done. Um, I'm enjoying it. I know there's a book because every single time I turn on Amazon Prime, it's like read the book, read the book, read the book, and I'm not reading
Now,
the book.
did you see that futuristic movie he was in?
Yes, did not like it.
I did.
I
But
did. I
I
actually
did
liked
too.
it a lot.
But what's crazy, I thought he was gonna be like that, and he's not. Like he studied his
Oh, he
military.
did.
I believe that he was in the military. I'm somebody that's in the military or was in the military, and I believe that he was in the military. The way
I
he,
have no background, so I can't. But I mean, it feels like he took the role seriously.
yes,
Like
yes,
and again, I don't know personally anybody that's been a SEAL or anything like that, but it feels
right,
like he took the role seriously and he pays it respect. Like,
he
and let's
does.
be honest, the show does a really good job. And I'm gonna because I love Maverick. So the Maverick does a really good job, like making you feel like the pilots, like the camaraderie and stuff like that. This show really, in my opinion, does a good job, like showing you like the community that is the SEALs. Like once you're in, like you're part of the brotherhood. Like, and it's not something that like and Ace, the guy that you're talking about with where the scene you're at with the explosion, like that guy who was never a part of the brotherhood, but like pretends to be, like, you can tell.
But you also that actor, when you see him, you know he's the villain. Like
A
I
hundred
haven't seen him
instantly.
in anything. Matter of fact, there was a movie he was in where he was pretending to be a good guy. And it was this girl he was dating, and he ended up being the villain in it. She was like some special like chick that I wish I knew the movie because it wasn't like a great advertisement. But yeah, that dude is always the villain. So like
Yeah,
when
he
they
cannot
showed
play a
him in
good
the
guy.
preview, I knew he was the villain straight
Yeah,
up.
he was born to be a bad guy, and he plays the
Yeah.
role brilliantly. Like, all he has to do is talk, and you just don't like him. Like, he's
Matter
a
of
bad
fact,
guy.
I would be scared to be friends with him in real life because
He's a
he
bad
looks
guy.
like the villain.
I don't know him, but he's a villain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but
Great
it's
show.
good. Terminalist is
So,
good.
so that's why I haven't watched the end of Stranger Things yet. Like I know I'm going to like. It's one of those things. Like once I get into it, it's gonna go quick. So it's one of those things. I'm kind of like I haven't watched anything to spoil
I don't know
anything.
how you haven't been spoiled.
I just haven't like if I see anything Stranger Things or whatever, I just keep scrolling. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm
I
not
thought they
out
did
What
there
a.
I've
looking for it
seen,
either.
what I've seen so far has been really good, though.
I mean, I thought the
I feel
season
like
was. I thought the season was great for how long it took to get to this season.
it.
I I feel like they look it to me. It's probably the best written show right now. Like, those writers are brilliant. Um, and we can nitpick, but I mean, for what the show is and how popular it's become, they're still keeping it, like, they're keeping up with it, and it hasn't, in my
It
opinion, taken a step back yet. Like Game of Thrones, kind of, as it got more popular, there was writing issues, and it got too big for its own. Like, I saw how much money these people are making, and like the show is expensive, but Netflix is still backing it, and the writers are still just brilliant. The show's great.
I feel like after the first few episodes, it seems like it's actually creepier than it ever has been, in my opinion, as far as some of the stuff they
Yeah.
do in it.
And like, it's neat to me because like the season one villain, and I don't know how the season one villain was the Demigorgon with the face thing, and like that's not even a big bad anymore, because we see. Have you guys seen the prison?
Mhm.
Everybody's seen the
Yeah.
prison, right? So like, we've seen that in the prison, like, like, and it's still bad, but like there's scarier things, and obviously we've seen the big mind flayer guy. But I think it's neat that, like, I just think it's neat how they've like progressed the story, and things just keep getting bigger, but like it still fits because you still got that core group. And Steve is the best. Like, I love Steve, man. Like,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
yeah, you need to finish it. The ending, I think they did a really, really good job, and it goes right, like, clearly sets up where it's going to finish, because next season is the series finale.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
I think
Go ahead, Jared.
of all my characters, though, like the relationship between everybody, Steve and what's his face,
boy,
no
the young
collarbone
boy.
kids, yeah, the boy
Yes.
with the hat, their interaction cracks me up all
the
the
kid
time.
with it's not a lisp, but like,
He's got some teeth that are always
yeah,
missing, though.
yes,
Yeah, he
like,
got him fixed though.
what is his name?
Yeah, I know.
I can't
Terrible
remember it.
names. Anyway,
You know who
those
we're
two,
talking about.
their interactions are brilliant. Their
I love
interactions
it,
are
yeah.
brilliant.
Yo, did y'all watch the Ozark?
No,
I've never watched it.
I'm a season behind
Ever.
on Ozark.
I've never watched it at all.
Okay. Well, I will say that the Ozarks is definitely in my top 5 season. Like how it ended. Like shows have problems ending. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ozarks did not. It
Really?
ended. Yeah. It ended in a way. I know some people were disappointed with it because I can't spoil that. But when you see it, then
Okay.
we'll have that discussion. But no,
I need to get to it.
it season was it season 4, right?
Season 4. Yeah.
It's really good.
You were lining too many things up for me to watch.
Dude,
I know,
it's
bro.
never ending.
This is a great time for TV, movies, and everything. Because I mean, yeah, like you said, there's so many things I have to finish. Yeah, because I'm the other thing I'm watching with Sarah, so I don't get to watch it very often.
Yep.
The Kingdom. Was it Kingdom
Oh my God, with Uhtred?
with Uhtred? Yeah.
Okay, it's literally me and Amber's favorite show.
Yes!
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
I love Uhtred.
so this was the last season, the one they just released, but they're
Okay.
making a movie. So I think it's already done filming, or they're about to be done filming.
Yeah.
They're making a movie to, like, I guess, to wrap up the world or whatever.
Yeah.
Since season 1, incredible show. Like,
Yeah,
the
that's what we're watching.
acting, the stories,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing negative to say about the Kingdom. If you need a show that you and your wife can sit down and invest,
It's called The
5
Last
seasons-
Kingdom, right? Yeah.
Yeah, The Last
The
Kingdom.
Last Kingdom.
The Last Kingdom. It is incredible. Like,
Yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like a baby version of Game of Thrones.
but is it even a baby version? Like,
I mean, just because what I'm saying is like they only focus on kind of two tribes, right?
right,
Whereas Game of Thrones has
like
several
45.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm just saying it for a Netflix show, it is incredible. Like,
Yep.
You there, and what I love about it is because of the fact like the hero isn't always like just beating up everybody. Like they do a really good job of like he's the main character, but there's times you're nervous. Like, is he gonna make it? You know what I'm saying?
Legitimately.
So yeah, the tension is real. But yeah, so we're watching that together because I started it by myself, and then
I'm
she was
so
like, "What
happy
is
for you
this?"
guys.
And then she started watching. She said, "Oh yeah, so this is our show." I'm like, "Oh." God.
So me and Amber,
So
like
The Last Kingdom.
The
yeah,
Last
so
Kingdom,
Netflix.
it is incredible.
Really good, Jared. I'm telling
I think Ace needs to post on our social medias all this big, huge list of things everybody should watch,
Legitimately.
and we'll all scratch it off together.
Put
I
The
know-
Last Kingdom #1. It's worth it.
the last thing I wanted to bring up because I knew it would cause controversy. Jurassic World 3.
Ugh.
See, he didn't like it. I
Ugh.
thought it was great.
I
I
thought it
liked
was
it. I mean, there was a couple of spots that I was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" But yes,
Did you watch it in the
I
theater?
liked it. I did. Yeah, we took
See,
everybody to watch it.
Same here. We went on Independence Day weekend, and it was like the theater experience outside because like we never intended to take Charlie because that was just something she wasn't really going to enjoy. But unfortunately, her cousin was in town, so both of them two, they were checked out. They wanted to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Like it was, they was like, no, F these dinosaurs and everything to do. But the theater experience was really good. Like I thought they did, like to me, and this is just my opinion. If you liked all the other Jurassic Parks, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one because it had the same
It just
concept
didn't
of
hit for me.
The
It
only
didn't hit for
the only complaint I had is because they talked about how all of the dinosaurs got out, right?
Yeah.
And somehow we ended back up in a facility. That was the
And
that
then,
was-
That's
and
closed off.
I didn't
Exactly.
even like the facility. Like look, I liked the last two. Like I thought the little where the when the island died and that one long neck was like crawl. I'm about in tears over a God blessed fictional dinosaur. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, just stop the boat and get the dinosaur, right? Like I was emotionally invested. And so
Yeah.
then you give me that really cool like short film a year or two back where like some T-Rex attacks a trailer park, like or this family. That was amazing. And
Yeah.
then we get into the show and I'm like, dinosaurs in the real world, like kicking ass, eating random people. Like, no, you got
You got a couple
weird,
like that.
you
Yeah,
got some weird clone.
But
You got some weird clone girl hiding in the woods,
but they
and
fixed
somebody's
that.
scooping up
I'm grateful for
dinosaurs.
that. I'm
Somebody's
grateful they fixed
scooping
that.
up dinosaurs and then flying them off to like Alberta or wherever they were going, Scandinavia, and we have like Jurassic Park, and then of course everything fails because we haven't learned in the 5 movies to stop putting these things in a park. And then,
Yo,
okay, and then
how did they
with the
get?
stupid? What's with the stupid push the chip and they all come inside the building with the people?
Yeah, they had implants.
Yeah, why would you want to bring all of the dinosaurs into the building as you're trying to evacuate?
they weren't bringing them in the building though. They were bringing them into
They were in the
like
middle
a
of the
closed
building because they
area.
went out the doors, and he's like, "Don't go out there," and they're like, "Well, no, we're gonna go out there." And then there's all the dinos, like all
The thing that got me though, how did they get T-Rex and the
super T-Rex.
the super? Yeah, how did they
Yeah.
get them back to the island? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
And then okay, what's the dude?
I think it was grown.
What's dinosaur scissor hands?
oh yeah,
Like yes, like literally Edward Scissorhands in
It's-
dinosaur form. Like
It's
what is
basically
that?
from like the pre-Jurassic, whatever they call that. It's like the Tyrannosaurus Rex of that time.
yo,
Okay, but somehow
them
he
teaming
communicates with
up
T-Rex,
was
and they're
stupid.
Like, hey, you hold him, and I'm gonna stab him in the throat like Freddy Krueger. And I'm just like, what are
yo,
we doing?
Yeah.
the spitters, bro, the spitting
The
dinosaurs.
spitters.
Yo, the spitters had me. They had me rolling, bro.
And how cool that they had the Barbasol can, because like when I saw Jurassic Park as a kid, and like the Barbasol can rolled into the mud and got covered, I'm like, oh my god, that's how they're gonna go forward, and then we didn't do anything with the
And we
Barbasol
never didn't.
can.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing, and it was cool to see him die the same way. Like that
Yeah.
guy needed to get his face eaten, and I was all for it.
But they let
100%.
Dr. X go.
Dr. Han.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude from because in Gotham he was Doctor oh my god, who's the famous doctor that be cloning and all the villains and stuff from the Arkham Asylum?
That's
The
Bonnie's
doctor.
territory.
Oh my
I don't
god.
remember that.
I don't know.
He
Anyway.
clones them?
I
Well-
was thinking,
He's the doctor that works on all the villains, like in DC. I can't think of it. I'm gonna have to look it up now. But yeah, I sent you guys a picture of. Did you guys ever watch Shameless or know?
yes, yes,
I know what it is, but I never watched it.
show's
so,
brilliant.
Lip.
Fiona leaves.
Look at Lip next to Gene Wilder.
Dude, they're twins.
Here,
They're legitimately twins.
hold on.
Or, I mean, is he going to be in a? Is he going to be in a show that Wilder did?
I'm just hoping they use him for. I know they have another Wonka movie coming out. I was
Okay.
just hoping it's because it was
It's
supposed
not-
to be like a prequel.
I don't think it's him though, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But he's a great actor. He's a great actor.
Here we go. I'll
Dr.
pull this
Hugo
up.
Strange. I was right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dr. Hugo Strange. That's who the Jurassic World guy.
He is uncanny though.
Like it's
Yes,
For-
wild.
that
His
is.
boy a perm. They're twins.
I mean, his hair is kind of perm.
He's kind of got the curly, but if you
Well, he's
gave
in a
him
new
perm,
show. He's in a new show on Hulu called The Bear.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
It's really good. It's very. Each episode is very tense. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going on, but it almost feels like a spinoff to what's the show we was just talking about where he was at? What's that
Shameless?
show he's in? Yeah, Shameless. It almost like his character feels similar with
Okay.
how he is, but he's such an incredible actor because of.
He's
I mean,
good.
if you watch The Bear, the stress that goes within that show, he's good. He's
Okay.
good.
I'll put it on my list.
I'll add it to my huge list.
You need to start with The Last Kingdom. That needs to be at the top of your list.
That and he's got to finish The Boys first. He got to
Well, you got to
The
finish
Boys.
The Boys. You need to finish, and you guys both need to finish Stranger Things. Like
I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get on it. Like
Shame
I
on
said,
you. Get
once I
that
finish
done.
terminal list, that's next. I just
There's
wanted
only
to-
certain times that I can watch with everybody in
Understood.
my house.
Yeah, that is
Understood.
true. You
See, I can
You've got
cheat.
a
I can't
legitimate
say how I
excuse.
cheat on here, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all when we get offline.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not a podcast.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it online.
Yeah.
Great
Okay.
show, y'all.
Love you guys. Love all you that
guys.
hang out with us every week. We are the Marauders. We're here every 7:30 on Thursday.
Such a good way to go out.
And we are out.
When are they going to give us that trailer?